Are women supposed to do the household chores and men supposed to work? Let's talk about that in a bit. Good day everyone! My name is Teacher Aizie and I'm here to help you in this learning journey. Take a look at the picture on the board. Do you know Emma Watson? Are you familiar with #HeForShe movement? Do you believe that men and women are equal? Let's answer all those questions as we go along with our discussion about feminist literary approach. What is feminist literary approach?
Feminist literary approach focuses on female representation in literature, paying attention to female points of view, concerns, and values. Three underlying assumptions in this approach are: 1. Western society is pervasively patriarchal, male-centered and controlled, and is organized in such a way as to subordinate women. 2. The concept of gender is socially constructed, not biologically determined. 3. Patriarchal ideology pervades those writings which have been considered great works of literature.
How is feminist literary approach used in analyzing a literary text?
We use it by closely examining the portrayal of the characters, both male and female. We investigate the language of the text, the attitude of the author, and the relationship between the characters. We also consider the comments the author seems to be making about society as a whole. For example, feminist critics may claim that certain male writers address their readers as if they were all men and exclude the female reader.
What are the principles of feminist literary approach?
It uses the principles and ideology of feminism to critique the language of literature. These thoughts seeks to analyze and describe the ways in which literature portrays the narrative of male domination by exploring the economic, social, political, and psychological forces embedded within literature. The specific goals of feminist criticism include both the development and discovery of female tradition of writing and rediscovering of old texts, while also interpreting symbolism of women's writing so that it will be not lost or ignored by the male point of view, and resisting sexism inherent in a majority of mainstream literature.
What are the basic methods of literary criticism?
Identifying female characters by examining the way female characters are defined. Critics challenge the male-centered outlook of authors. Feminist literary criticism suggests that women in literature have been historically presented as objects seen from male perspective. Re-evaluating literature and the world in which literature is read by revisiting the classic literature, the critic can question whether society has predominantly valued male authors, their literary works, because it has valued males more than females.
Let's analyze this excerpt from the yellow paper.
I don't like our room a bit. I wanted one downstairs that opened on the piazza and had roses all over the window and such pretty old-fashioned chintz hangings. But John would not hear of it. He said there was only one window and not room for two beds, and no near room for him if he took another. He is very careful and loving and hardly lets me steer without special direction. I have a scheduled prescription for each hour in the day. He takes all care from me, and so I feel basely ungrateful not to value it more. He said, we came here solely on my account, that I was to have perfect rest and all the air I could get. Your exercise depends on your strength, my dear, said he, and your food somewhat on your appetite, but air you can absorb all the time. So we took the nursery at the top of the house. The story was written by Charlotte Perkins Gilman, a well-known American journalist and a female icon who fights for what she believes in, women's rights. The yellow wallpaper can be looked at this gothic horror story and also a feminist parable, which gives us the idea that portrays the woman forced to obey her husband by all means, which causes her downfall to her mental sufferings.
There you go, the feminist literary approach. In my succeeding video, I will talk about the historical literary approach. Check the description box so you can find the link to Marxist literary approach, Formalist literary approach, Structuralist literary approach, and the moral philosophical literary approach. Always remember the words of Socrates: the life which is unexamined is not worth living. So, I hope you learned something from our discussion today. I hope to see you again in our next video lesson. To get notified of the new video lessons, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and tap the notification bell. Bye everyone! Thanks for watching!